What is up, my dudes, and welcome to Patch Notes, a show where I go over my favorite news stories of the past week. Pretty much all this news has been about the Nintendo Switch 2, so I wanted to get my boy Buttz back on here to talk about all the cool and not so cool things we learned about Nintendo's new console. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. It was like I said, pretty light news week, except for all of the crazy stuff with the direct. It was like really cool day one, or I guess for like an hour or something, and then like everyone just went on to the Nintendo Switch website and then had a meltdown.
Yeah. They saw the price of Mario Kart World was like, huh? Which I can't
Yeah,
blame them.
yeah, exactly. We'll get into all of that. And speaking of Mario Kart World, actually, let's just get into that. So I actually am like a big Mario Kart fan, but I'm not crazy about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's probably my least favorite Mario Kart game. But Mario Kart World, dude, that game looks awesome. The open world thing was like super unexpected, even though I know a lot of racing games now do that. But I just didn't expect them to do it with Mario Kart. It looks super cool. I love that you can grind on rails. That's so sick.
Yes.
And the only thing I really have to say is like, I don't know. They did do the treehouse thing, so maybe they went over more. But from what I was seeing, it was literally just racing, which I know probably sounds really stupid because it's Mario Kart. What else would you be doing? But I was watching the trailer and I was getting impressed, and I was like, man, all they have to do is like show battle mode or some other like cool online things, and I'd be like really sold. But they didn't really show that, so I was like,
maybe for
all
April
right,
17th. maybe.
yeah,
Maybe for
yeah.
that.
They'll probably show more later.
So I was looking at treehouse footage of those two mechanics, and they are major new mechanics that I'm honestly kind of surprised that they didn't really showcase how big of a thing that is going to be in that game. Like that game, like the rail grinding and wall riding is basically that game's like gimmick. It looks like to me. I mean, I okay, I do know the big gimmick of this game is the seamless open world driving and stuff like that. A la
Mm.
like Forza Horizon or like Need for Speed games, stuff like that. But the rail grinding and wall riding is also as big as a mechanic. Like it's looking at it, it looks like it's going to be as big as like drifting is. Like you're going to be having so many opportunities to be able to use those two mechanics. And you can also use those two mechanics in combination. So, which I'm not sure if you saw in the Treehouse gameplay. You may have, but I'm not sure. But
I haven't checked it out yet. No,
yeah, so you can grind and then you can hop off of the grind and do a wall ride as well. And then all that adds onto
that's so
your
sick.
like mini turbos.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And what there's so much I love about this. But what I put down for one of my notes is that it reminds me of SSX and the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. And whenever you're rail grinding, it actually does the thing that you would see in the Pro Skater games of like having to balance your vehicle on the rail. So I think that's just really cool. And
Interesting.
what I love about the implementation of this is like it's got a risk reward involvement to it as well because red shells can actually follow you whenever you're grinding. So you could be like grinding like at like on like a bridge on a rail, and you might end up getting hit by a red shell and just fall off the map. And I love that.
Oh wow.
It's a yeah
That's kind of
yeah
crazy.
yeah, it's a real like risk reward. You grind a rail to get like an extra mini turbo, and risk maybe getting a red shell thrown at you and falling off the map, and then getting super like held back and stuff. Or you could end up getting the big reward of like getting that purple mini turbo, landing it, and you could land it into like the next turn, which will lead to another like mini turbo, and it chain reacts. And that's what makes it feel like a very Tony Hawk Pro Skater vibe to it, because in Tony Hawk Pro Skater it's all about comboing just kind of doing a bunch of different tricks and comboing together to have this like long chain of combos, and you don't want to like let it go and drop your combo and stuff like that. And this game is kind of giving a similar vibe to it, just on a smaller scale, but it's still there. And I also love so much about it, or what I love so much about it is that it also opens up different routes. So you
Yeah.
could end up so like Mario Kart is known for having shortcuts, but usually the shortcuts are like maybe two or three, maybe. But with this, like it opens up the possibility of like many different like routes you can go through.
Yeah, that
Um,
was actually like I should have mentioned that. That was actually one of the coolest things about the game to me is that like the way that they changed like the Grand Prix mode to where it's like you travel between the different maps and it's on like a route or whatever. But
mhm.
then you have different ways you can get to each area, and in between actual races, you can like take whatever method you want to get to the next map. I thought that was super sick. And then because it's open
Yes.
world, you just have so many different options on how you can get to like the next lap.
Yes. Yeah, or getting to the next track. But yeah, I see your point, absolutely. Especially for like mode like knockout tour, but I have that in my notes. I'm gonna get to it, but let me just continue with the mechanics. What one thing I do want to add on about why I love these two mechanics so much is that it takes okay, there's two things. One, it's a different way of doing skill expression. You're definitely so this game I have a good feeling is definitely going to be like right now Mario Kart, anyone can kind of play it, it's but and really you only see the different types of skilled players if you like play like let's say 200cc.
Yeah,
But
that's
generally
very
if
true.
you're playing like 150cc, majority of people can play it, and like the only difference you're going to see between players is someone that is like can basically do a mini turbo drift, and they know like how to line it up and when to do like short ones rather than having to hold on and do longer ones. But the skill expression is pretty like on the floor. It's not really that much. But with this game, I can absolutely see in the long term people going absolutely crazy for certain routes in the game that they probably end up finding out about either by just simply playing the game long enough and seeing like other people take a certain route, or just simply by finding it in free roam. It kind of reminds me a bit of Fall Guys in a way, where like whenever you play Fall Guys, you'll see that the majority of people are going to be heading towards the main, I guess you could say, pathway, but there's going to be alternate, there's going to be like a more risky, challenging pathway that, you know, most people won't really take. And I think a similar type of vibe is going to happen with this game. And the second thing I want to add is of why I like these two mechanics so much is that it's like a platforming game. It's like it really is like taking the idea of a platformer, like what Mario, is known for, but putting it in like a racing game. Like you can do like wall jumping basically. You see it in the trailer for one of the sections of the track. You see them like jumping from wall to wall, and I think that's just really cool how they kind of take that platforming idea and implementing it into a racing game.
Yeah, that is pretty sick. I don't know. I don't really have too much to add. I agree with pretty much what you said. Like the skill expression is cool because I think that probably is something that Mario Kart has probably needed for a while because yeah, I don't know. For me, Mario Kart 8, like it is still fun, but I didn't get the same amount of enjoyment out of it as I did with like Double Dash or even 64. Um, but yeah, I do think the wall riding and the rail jumping or rail grinding will 100% like make this. I think that alone honestly makes this game like way more interesting than Mario Kart 8. Let's get on to game chat and the switch to camera. Game chat was honestly hilarious. I was laughing pretty hard when I was watching that because it's such a blatant ripoff of the Discord UI. I kind of can't believe it.
Yeah.
Um, and then it was then when they did the like oh, you can stream your like You can stream your game in your chat, and then it's like 480p and like
Yeah,
15 frames a second.
50 FPS. Yeah.
I was like, dude, I can't believe they actually showed this. This looks so bad. But it's cool, you know. It is crazy to me that like the PS3 and 360 had parties, and the Nintendo only just now got parties. Like that is insane. Well,
Yeah,
technically it
honestly,
existed on the Switch, but it was on the fucking app where you had like 5 different dongles that you had to connect to your phone into your headset. Like that was insane.
hmm it's kind of crazy you say that because those consoles came out like 2006. Almost 20
Yes, dude.
years later, we finally
Yes.
made. We finally made. We
Dude, the PS3 actually even had video chat as well. If I remember
hmm
correctly, it had like a Skype integration, so you could actually do video chat on the PS3. So that's not
Yeah,
even really that new either. But I mean, it is cool. I it was insane that app situation on the previous Switch. Like that was crazy.
yeah.
The Switch 2 camera sounds like it will be very funny though. There will be
Oh
some
yeah,
funny memes.
yeah. Whenever I saw Game Chat, it just gave me such heavy like PS3 vibes. Like you got the little PlayStation camera thing going on, and it's like so low
Yeah,
quality, and you can only. It has a very limited use of where you can use it at, and it's only like in game. Like it's so
yeah.
it's so like PS3 era, but at the same time, it's kind of nostalgic to me. I never had one, but I mean, just the vibe of it, I like it.
I am very curious about the mic though, because like it says, I mean, obviously they're going to say that, but like in the video it said that the mic quality was really good and that it could actually hear you from far away. We'll see,
Yeah,
because
we'll
I
see.
think my Switch like, I mean, my living room isn't huge, so you know it could probably hear me, but my Switch is far enough to where like there's no way. Like I would seriously doubt that thing would pick up my voice, but I don't know. We'll have to see about that. It
Yeah,
cool regardless though. It's good to have something where you can talk to your friends, especially when you're playing Splatoon, Mario Kart, whatever.
yeah.
Now,
I wish that they had like text messaging though. That'd be nice.
oh shit, I didn't even think about that. That's true. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. You can't message your friends. Weird. Uh, Game share though. Now this was like the first thing that got me hype. I thought Mario Kart's world looked really cool, but game share, dude, I love DS download play, bro. I love the DS. I love the DSi, the 3DS. Basically, every version of the DS is awesome. And I thought getting rid of DS download play was like the lamest shit, and PictoChat as well. Maybe they'll bring that
Yes.
back one day. I doubt it, but dude, DS download play was so revolutionary at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'll never forget one day when I was like in the third or fourth grade or something. I don't know. I was like in elementary school, and it was like a ton of kids. Like there were like 15 kids all sitting down in a circle, and they were all just playing Mario Kart DS. And I was like, dude, you all have Mario Kart? And they're like, no, well, a bunch of us are doing DS download play. I was like, dude, my brain like exploded, dude. And then I used to do that with my cousin who used to play DS download play. Like, there's like literally nothing bad about DS download play. It's awesome. So seeing it come
Yeah.
back on the Switch, mega hype.
Yeah, and I think you can do it online too, which is awesome.
Yes, that was so crazy. It's like it's local and online. That's so sick. It's
Guest
like that.
pass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, that's true. It reminded me of the on PlayStation when you can get in a party with someone and then you can share your screen and they can play for you, and then it's like that, but then you're actually playing with each other. Except it looked like it would probably actually work. The PlayStation feature is kind of like that.
mm. I never used it before.
Yeah, it's. I mean the game chat also has the same thing where you can like play for them. I think. But on the PlayStation it's just so laggy, and the image is so compressed that it's like super hard to really get anything meaningful out of that.
Mm.
Now, what about the console specs? What were your biggest takeaways on that?
I was very surprised. Like, I
Really?
don't, I'm not really like a super console like spec type of person. I just want the games to like play well. But 100 4K. I think it's 4K. I'm pretty sure it's 4K.
It's not
But
native though.
okay, yeah, I do know that they're using DLSS, which I mean, it's whatever to me. Like, but 120 FPS. That's crazy. I was not expecting that. Like, that's crazy. I love that. 120 FPS. Splatoon 3 is gonna go insane.
Yeah, I was that was the main thing I was really surprised by. Like I don't because it's basically the same strength as a PS4 Pro. Um, and I don't recall if the PS4 Pro has that. I don't think it does. I don't think I could be totally. I think PS5. There are some games that run on that. Like I think Pentiment is on like 120 FPS. But that's because that game is literally just pictures. Like nothing. There's nothing crazy going on in that game.
Yeah, that's
Um,
it.
but yeah, 120 FPS. That was crazy. I thought that was super cool. The other things that I thought was cool was the bigger L and R buttons and the bigger sticks on the Joy
Yes.
Cons. I thought that was great because the L and R buttons are. I mean, who the hell designed that on the original Switch? That was crazy.
I still
Uh,
would love the like actual like triggers like you would see in other controllers. I would love that, but it is what it is.
I don't know how you do that on a Joy-Con though,
Mm.
because it
Oh, by
does
the
still
way,
have to connect to the Switch.
true. By the way, they have paddles. That's crazy.
Paddles? What do you mean?
Yeah, like paddle. So you can use like your whenever you're holding like a controller, you can use your like middle finger at the back of the controller to
Oh yeah, that yeah. Well, is that
mm.
on the Joy-Con or is that on the Pro? Because I saw it on the Pro controller.
It's on the Pro controller, and you know that grip where you can connect the Joy Cons together. It's on that
Yeah.
too.
Oh wow, I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I love that.
I have some controllers with them. I literally never use it. But it is great because like every other like console maker is kind of just putting that on their like Pro model controllers. So if that's just a
Hmm.
native thing on the Switch, that's awesome. That's cool.
Yes.
And then the mouse thing for the Switch, I thought was pretty cool too. Just gives more people more options for ways to play the game, which is always kind of a Nintendo thing.
Yeah,
And
PC
then
ports.
huh?
The PC ports. Really looking forward to that. I would love to like actually try out PC specific games. Like I don't know, like maybe 4X or something. Like
Yeah,
Frostpunk.
yeah. Um, and the backwards compatibility. Now that was a weird one for me, because it's great that it's back compat. That's awesome and everything. But they were saying that there are like some games that just don't work, and some of them, like one of them was like NBA 2K25, I think, and that's
That's
like a big
surprising.
game to not work on the on
Yeah,
the new console. I was like, what is going on there? I don't understand that.
that's weird.
Uh,
I'm surprised by that. I didn't know that.
yeah, it was weird. There's like a whole breakdown of it. If you go on like their website, there's like a list of it's like there's a graph that shows the amount of games that work, and then there's a section that says third party games that don't work. But I don't necessarily know. I'm probably overthinking it because I was like third party. It said like third party partnered games or something like that. So my assumption was like major publishers. So like I don't know, Bandai, Activision, blah blah blah. I was wondering if that included like indie games as well, because if so, then
Oh,
if
so
not, then there might be more. I don't know. I'll just assume that they probably just mean Nintendo games and then everybody else. That's what I'll assume. But it's yeah, the amount of games that don't work is very small. But I did think that was kind of crazy that they weren't able to iron all that out before the console comes out.
mm.
And then Welcome Tour. Now this is kind of a bruh moment. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, it definitely was a problem. Like, what's going on here? Why are we charging money for that? Like, what's it?
Dude, it was so weird. It's like a I mean, yeah, it's just a tour of the game console and its innards, which as a concept, why would I care that much? Like
I
it's interesting.
care.
Like it's interesting, it's cool, but it was just like Like, if I bought the Switch 2, would I really sit down and play this over
If
like playing
okay,
Mario Kart or something?
legit, I absolutely would. I think I love like just seeing stuff like that. I just wish it wasn't paid. If it literally came with your Switch, I absolutely would just check it out and be like, oh, that's how the Magna works. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't cool because it was cool. I think my opinion just soured when they said it was paid. Yeah, like because I was watching it, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's like a neat little thing. I'd play that, and then it was like, oh, you gotta pay $60. Get the fuck out of here, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. If okay,
Meanwhile,
I'll
PlayStation with Astrobot, a legitimately amazing game, free.
true,
Like that was
true.
crazy.
These are real statements. However, if it's like under $10, I might buy it. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, dude, even at $10, I would. I mean, dude, 15, 20. I could buy that. You know, depending on how long
Hmm.
it is, I guess. Like I could fuck with that. But you know, not full price. That'd be
No,
insane.
definitely not.
Anything more than $20, I'd be like, okay, well,
Yeah,
this is crazy.
yeah, $20 is actually pushing it for me. So
Well, like I said, it depends on how expansive it is. I guess like if it's like a 10-hour game somehow, and there's like a lot
that'd
of
be
mini games
insane.
and they're fun, then like okay, I could $20 for this. That's cool. Or maybe if it's 5 or 6, 10 hours is probably there's no way.
Nah, I can't
Um,
see $10.
the next bruh moment for me was the SD card thing. Um, so the Switch 2 is only using micro SD express cards, which is like, from what I can tell, I could be wrong, but it seems like that's their own proprietary SD card, similar to what the PS Vita did.
Oh,
And
really?
that is fucking crazy to me, dude. And I have to probably look it up again, but I remember hearing that the prices for those were fucking ridiculous too. Bro. 256 gigabytes for $50 basically. That's insane, man. That's just crazy. I don't.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, that's just.
For 50?
Yeah, $50 for
Wait,
250 gigabytes.
mm,
Not a terabyte or
yes.
something. Like,
No, not terrible. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So this means that you can't use your SD cards on your Switch. So you can't just plug in your SD card from your old Switch into this one. You have to buy a specific micro SD card to work on it, which only makes the pricing problem worse, which once again, we will get into.
what we'll get into.
Um,
Unfortunately.
so the Switch 2 edition games and the key cards, this was I thought was cool. You know, I would assume a no-brainer to just give like a souped-up version of your game with better frame rate and graphics and everything with like some additional features. Um, but then the game key card thing became a story, and I was like, dude, what is going on? So basically, the game key cards are you can go to. So first off, if you have like Breath of the Wild digital or something on your Switch, you can buy a upgrade to it on the Switch 2, and I don't know how much those are either. On PlayStation, they're like $10 to $20. I don't remember how much they're charging them on the Switch 2. But you can like pay for an upgraded version, and then it'll give you the Switch 2 version.
Hmm.
However, if you have if you don't have that, then you can buy the Switch 2 version of the game physical, like when you go to GameStop. But when you open up the case, there's no actual game in the case. It just
Really?
has a piece. Yes, there's no game.
Is
It
that
has
for all?
a.
Is that for all like Switch 2 versions of games?
For the games that have yeah, the Switch 2 version. Actually, let me double check. Because I think I may be mistaken. Maybe I misread that. Let me see.
I know that Bravely Default, the remaster one, is doing like a digital only,
Okay,
code stuff like that.
yeah, I misread. So when you open up the case, there is the game, but it's the original Switch version of the game, and then you get a download code for the Switch 2 version. So they aren't making new Nintendo Switch 2 Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom cards. They're just giving you the old card and then a key, like a download key, for you to download the Switch 2 version. Which to me is fucking weird. Like,
yeah,
I on one hand I somewhat get it, but on the other hand it's like, dude, I mean,
just put it on the card.
yeah, just put it on the card. Like there have been Game of the Year editions that have come out forever, or Ultimate Edition forever, or there's like the PS3 version of Assassin's Creed 4, and then here's the PS4 version that's also on a brand new disc. Like, I don't understand why they couldn't just make a new card to allow these people to have the game physical, because otherwise it's like, and again we'll get into the pricing thing, but it really feels like Nintendo, for whatever reason, is just pushing everyone to buy everything digitally, which, obviously that's the trend right now.
That's a whole other
digital
topic right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, digital purchases are just becoming like the standard. Like, most people buy games digitally versus physical, but physical is still a very big and like thriving market. People do still buy their games at GameStop or local game stores or on Amazon, Walmart, etc. So it's like, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because I like physical games, dude. I'm not physical. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like every single game I buy is physical, but when there's something that I'm like super duper interested in, or something that I know that I'm for sure gonna love, like, dude, I'll buy the physical or a collector's edition or something like that. So it does suck to see them really pushing away from that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get super deep into the physical versus digital thing, but I'll say this kind of just to distill my thoughts. I think it's gonna be like how vinyl is seen, where a majority of people are gonna be doing digital, but I think, where a majority of people are gonna be listening to music via streaming. I think for like collector's editions and kind of special versions of albums or whatever are going to be like packed into like the vinyls, and it might end up coming with like extra goodies like artist notes or like a secret song or whatever. And I think the same thing will probably and I think the same thing will probably end up happening with physical games.
Man, you are getting into a whole other topic that maybe we could talk about one day, the future of gaming and where it's going, if we're gonna end up doing streaming for all our games and stuff. But let's keep this with Nintendo right now.
Yeah.
I think you're somewhat correct. I somewhat agree with you, though. I don't think physical will ever truly go away. I think it will, at the very least, become like a much more niche product. But then we've got the really weird but interesting Drag X Drive. I'm not gonna lie. I love the wheelchair thing. Anytime I see wheelchairs in like something, I think it's interesting, because you never really see that. But dude, I don't know. This game screams ARMS to me. Like,
yeah, it does.
This looks like a game that like probably had a lot of time and thought put into it, especially like the mechanics and how it works, obviously. But dude, I feel like this game's gonna bomb. I didn't see many people really talking about it other than just calling it weird. It looks cool, but I can't see myself actually buying this game.
So I'm not gonna go into Mario Kart World type of topic, but I think it's interesting. It reminds me of Rocket League, and first off, it's gonna be a digital only title, so it's not gonna have a physical cartridge. So it's probably gonna be like maybe $20, which I can see myself buying if it's like $20 or something like that. But
yeah, they didn't show much to do in the game other than just the basketball.
Yeah, there might be some more stuff like that they just haven't shown yet. But I think this game actually has a bit of potential, and I think it's going to be a lot more. I think there's going to be a bit more skill involved with it. Like, yeah. Actually, I'm not even going to go super into it, but yeah, I just from some of the things I've seen from the treehouse footage and stuff like that, I'm like, wait a minute, this looks like it has potential. You can jump, by the way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, dude, it looks cool. Like I totally think it looks like a cool, fun game, especially to play online with people. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends on the price. And if it's like $20, like you said, then yeah, it'd probably be all right. I could see it getting like a nice cult following or something.
Oh
But
yeah, I
I
can
don't
definitely
know.
see it.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm not crazy about the aesthetic either. It's very
Oh yeah,
un-Nintendo.
no.
It looks very plain.
Yeah, it's definitely screaming like 2009 vibe to it. It's a very
Dude,
2009 vibe to it.
it kind of reminds me of like that really old. I think it was on the PS3 360. Like this old Bomberman game. Like it looks so weird. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a
I hope
flash
it's good.
game.
It looks cool, but we'll have to see. Then there was the sizzle reel of games, which was basically a bunch of stuff that's already come out for the most part.
I don't even
Uh,
remember.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII,
Oh, Elden
Split
Ring. I didn't know
Fiction, yeah, Elden Ring. There's like a Yakuza Zero director's cut, which I think has a dub included in it.
that. That's cool.
Just like a bunch of just catching up like people that mainline Switch on a lot of like the bigger releases of the past generation. So that's good. That's cool. Demon X Machina 2, I was very
Bro.
surprised by that.
I was very surprised by it. Especially compared to the first game. I didn't play the first game. I played the demo and I thought, not really for me. This is very different. This is the craziest glow up I've ever seen. That game actually looks super sick.
Yeah, I feel like the exact same way. I played the demo and I was like, this is cool, but I'm not buying this. And yeah, dude, the sequel looks really cool, and it's also coming to PlayStation, Xbox, PC as well. So, which is
I thought it was
surprising because I
Capcom
thought,
first.
huh?
I thought it was like a Capcom game at first.
I think it's Bandai. I thought this was a Nintendo. I thought Nintendo owned this IP actually.
I believe it's
But
Koei Tecmo.
okay, that makes actually. You know what? Yeah, that doesn't make. Yeah, that makes more sense because in No More Heroes 3, they straight up rip off Demon X Machina and they straight up say this is the mech from Demon X Machina in it. So I don't know why I thought that was a Nintendo thing. But yeah. That makes more sense. It looks cool though. Yeah, I love mechs and mobile suits. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll buy it. I don't remember when this comes out actually. Then they did a 007 reveal, if you could call it that. Do you have anything to really say about this?
No, not really.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, I love GoldenEye, but
I
dude,
love.
this was like, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, I like the movies. Not Skyfall. What was? I think it was Casino Royale. That was a pretty cool movie.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, nothing to say about that. Another Hyrule Warriors. Cool. Apparently, it's canon to the like
It's a prequel.
Zelda world. Oh, okay.
It takes place before the events of Tears of the Kingdom, and it looks cool. I haven't played
Oh,
the first. Yeah. I haven't played the first Hyrule Warriors game. I kind of want to, but I just never got around to playing it. And I think the same thing might happen with this game. It looks cool, but I don't know if I'll buy it.
yeah. I mean, it looks cool. I played Fire Emblem Warriors. That was really fun. I like some of the Dynasty Warriors games, especially in that era where they were just making random Dynasty Warriors games for like everything. I thought they're pretty fun games. Not too much to add about that though. The Switch Online GameCube games. Now this is a banger.
Banger. Yes. So Wind Waker, that's great. I haven't played Wind Waker. That's great. I love that. I'm never gonna check that out. And F-Zero GX, I love that. I love that
Yeah.
so much. I wish we had, a new F-Zero game, but that's good.
Well,
F-Zero GX.
yeah, I'm gonna talk about that later. But yeah, it was cool to see Pokemon Coliseum. I think it was DX that was on there as well. The
Oh,
GameCube just
Chibi
has
Robo. Sorry, my fault.
yeah, yeah. Chibi Robo was on there too. Yeah, it's cool, dude. Honestly, I was surprised to see that because I actually, for some reason, thought that the GameCube was already on the Switch Online.
I wish. That was the
But
one thing I was hoping for.
yeah, but this is peak. Dude, imagine a Wii. Dude, they do a Wii edition to
Oh,
the
they're
Switch
definitely gonna
Online.
do Wii. There's no way they're
That
not gonna do Wii.
okay, now that would get me. I would, dude. I was a little Wii lover, bro. I fucking love the Wii.
I wanted the Wii so badly as a kid, but like, my mom could never afford it, so I never got it. I got it super late. I'm like, I don't really care
Tragic.
for this no more. Yeah, I
That's
know.
so tragic.
I know. It's so tragic, dude. I'm like, man, I really wanted to play Smash Brawl. I really want to play Mario Kart Wii, bro. I
So
miss
you
out on
never
all
played
that.
Brawl?
I did play Brawl. I mean, I didn't own it, but I did play it. Because that like Smash Bros. Brawl was like the first Smash game I've ever seen. So I was just like,
Oh
wait.
wow.
Yeah, I was so mind blown that all these characters could be in the same game. I thought it was like insane.
The other thing that I was also hyped for was Deltarune, baby. Deltarune
Mm.
chapter 3 and 4 coming out. On Twitter, I don't know if you've seen it, but like there's been this meme going on where like literally every day like it starts trending Deltarune tomorrow, and like everyone's just been gaslighting themselves into believing Deltarune was actually coming out. And then it actually happened. I couldn't believe it.
Uh,
So I was Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was more shocked that both chapters 3 and 4 are releasing the same day.
Oh, I believe Toby Fox said that was happening.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think like every year, like around Christmas, he like does like a big update where he like talks about the progress of the game. And yeah, if I understand correctly, he said that like it was gonna be one, then two. Well, I mean, one just happened out of nowhere, and then it was like he announced that it was gonna be two, and then 3 and 4 were gonna come out at the same time, and then five. So actually, when I watched this trailer, I was super duper hype. And then I remembered that there's a chapter 5, and I got so fucking sad.
I didn't know it was gonna be chapter 5.
Yeah, I Deltarune's cool, but I'm not into this like drip feeding game thing. Like, dude, just release the game. Like, Hades 2 looks awesome, but it's like, oh, we're gonna release this like in
In
early
early
access. I'm like,
access.
bro,
I'm
this
like,
is this
okay.
corny shit, bro. Just put the game out for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I want the whole game, not like half of it. Yeah.
It's the nature of how these games work is it's all choice based and everything. So like these chapters coming out years afterwards is like, dude, I have no fucking clue. Like when chapter 2 came out, I just replayed the original game. Like I was when I first played the first version of it, I was very pleased with like my playthrough, and I was like, man, when chapter 2 comes out, like I can't wait to continue this story. And then like it was several years later, I was like, dude, I have no idea what happened in this. So I replayed it and I was like, okay, I'm cool with this too, but when like the rest of this game comes out, I'm just gonna play it over again. It's just like I might as well not even like I to be honest with you, I'm not going to play chapter 3 and 4. Like I'm just not playing it. I'm just gonna wait until chapter 5 comes out and I'm just gonna play the whole game.
I think for me, this game is 100% a YouTuber thing where I'm just gonna watch videos about it and be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, it's a story-based game. I mean, I know that the gameplay is kind of cool, but like, I just care about the story. I want to see like all the little different endings and what type of meta commentary stuff that he says or whatever. Like,
Oh, that's so tragic, dude. You oh man. I get it, but man, the gameplay of these games is so cool, man. It's so cool. I really enjoy it. It's
I mean,
very
I might
hard on
check
the
it out.
computer though, but
I might check out. I might actually play it myself, maybe.
yeah, I'd be interested to see what you do. You're like a wild card. I don't know if you would be like a nice guy or a mean guy. I don't know how you would react to some of the characters, especially in
Oh,
Deltarune, because like you could there are some characters you could definitely be really annoyed by.
is it still like a thing where it's like, oh, you're not supposed to kill them, but you can thing, or is like,
Um, yes and no, because the game is like it's still like the kind of like moving around thing where you kind of move around
mm-hmm.
the cursor or whatever, but it's also a turn-based RPG. So they kind
Oh,
of
okay.
evolved the way the gameplay works. I don't. It's been a while, so I can't fully explain it to you. But it is. I do like the gameplay more because you can still fight and stuff. After Deltarune, there was another sizzle reel with more interesting things because I think these were new games. Silk Song made everybody freak out. I don't care about
I
What is the
kind of
game
care.
called? What is like
Oh,
the
Silk
first
Song?
game called?
What? Oh, Hollow Knight?
Yeah, there you go. I don't care about Hollow Knight, so I didn't even really notice, but it is. I'm happy for them, so they can finally shut the fuck up.
It's man, what happened with Hollow Knight is crazy. I remember playing Hollow Knight like before. Oh God, it sounds so hipster of me, but
Before it was cool.
but yeah, yeah, no, literally, like I played it like in like 2017. I'm like, man, this is a
Dude,
great
it's real
game.
though.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe how huge Hollow Knight really is. Like, I mean, I was excited for Silksong, but now I'm like, man. There's so many great Metroidvanias out nowadays. I'm like, I don't know if Silk Song can really hold up to it. I think I might still check out Silk Song, but I'm kind of whatever about it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I really like the art style. I'm sorry, what is this game called again? Hollow Knight.
Hollow
I
Knight,
really
yeah,
like the art style for Hollow Knight. I think it's super cool. But I just don't really like Metroidvanias, man. And I've heard that it's not even that good of a Metroidvania. Like I heard that it's very good, but like there are just a lot of way better ones. So
yeah.
the hype.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
No, no, go ahead.
Uh, I think it was definitely a time and place thing for sure because I
Mm,
played it in like 2017. I think it came out in like 2016. I might be wrong, or maybe it came out 2017. I can't remember, but like back then there wasn't really that many like Metroidvanias and people were starving for Metroidvanias at the time. So Hollow Knight was kind of like the one that was like just really, really good. Um but again, there's many more Metroidvanias out nowadays from indies and they're all very unique and stuff.
yeah,
So I think it's definitely more of a time and place thing. If you were to play like Hollow Knight now, I think you'll probably still enjoy it, but again, there's just
yeah,
many more out there nowadays.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I hope it delivers. I hope it lives up to everybody's expectations because
I don't
they've
think it
waited
will.
for a long time. Oh no, I mean, I kind of agree, but I hope it does. I hope it
I
does.
hope so. Yeah.
Um,
I think it'll be really good. I just think people will be like thinking it's gonna be like the second coming of Christ, and I just don't think that's gonna happen.
the next game, I'm just going. I just wrote down the games I thought were interesting from the sizzle reel. So if you found something that I didn't mention or whatever, then mention it. But the other thing I saw that I thought was it's hard to sizzle reels are so they're like 30, like 10 seconds even. Like this
Yeah.
game, Another Universe, looked
Oh, is
fucking
that
weird.
is that the baby one?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that one. I forgot about that one, but yeah, yeah. That game looks
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, so it's like a baby with telekinesis or something. I
Hmm.
tried looking up more information on it, like try to see if there was another trailer so I can like actually know what was going on, but I didn't find anything. It looked weird and interesting. I'm curious as to what that is going to even be. I don't even know what kind of game it really
Yeah,
is.
yeah. That definitely looks like a PS Plus game, though. I ain't gonna lie with you,
Yeah,
but
it does actually. That looked like a fire ass PS Plus
yeah,
game.
I'm saying.
Fast Fusion was like a
Fast RMX.
yeah. Is that what that is? Yeah, it looked
Yeah,
cool. Like a
yeah.
really
It's
fast racing game.
have well. I'm kind of whatever about Fast Fusion because it looks like a game that's just kind of like both like Fast RMX and Fast Racing Neo, I believe it was called on the Wii U, and it looks like they just probably got the all the tracks and maybe vehicles and just combine them into one. I don't think it's gonna be anything
Mm.
crazy, but I mean it's cool that it's there though. It'd be cool if it was a new game though.
Yeah, I'm not actually a big fan of those like super duper fast racing games because I just am bad at them. But it does. I mean, they usually look visually very cool, so that's why I just brought it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cool.
Reanimal, however you want to say
Yes.
it. That game looked cool. It's being made by the people that did Little Nightmares,
Yes.
and you can tell it looks like it, but it's a co-op game, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. The game was I've seen the game before, but yeah, it does look cool. I might buy it. I don't know. It might be a PS Plus game for me though.
Yeah, that also looks like a fire ass PS Plus game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And then a new Professor Layton, which I think is like the first new Layton in like Forever?
forever.
I
Yeah.
was very surprised by that.
Yeah, level 5 just causes me so much frustration, but that's a whole other topic.
Well, what? Why?
Oof. So they go too hard. So level 5, do you know Yokai Watch?
Yeah.
So do you
Oh,
remember
never mind. I
how
know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
okay.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yokai Watch was insane. That was crazy. They literally
Yeah.
killed that franchise.
Yes, and oh my God, bro, they go too hard because like they have another game that's in development. Actually, they have multiple games in development, but they delayed them to like 2026. And I don't know if you remember, but it was one of the games was Deca Police. They showed like one
Yeah.
trailer for it.
Yeah,
That
that game
game
was
got
cool.
delayed. Yeah, that game got delayed to 2026. But so they showed that way too early. And there was another game that was very similar to Yokai Watch. That also got delayed to like 2026. Level 5 is just a very frustrating company. I feel like they just have so much bad like control of how they like do things. But that's just me.
Mismanagement of their IP, probably. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can get that. Well, the next big thing was Dusk Bloods or the Dusk Bloods. Do you care about this at all?
Kinda. I care. Okay. Initially I didn't Okay, initially I was just shocked because I'm like, whoa, they got Bloodborne 2 on the Switch before PlayStation, crazy. But then I learned more about it. I'm like, oh, it's a multiplayer game. Okay. And that's actually what made me interested in it a little bit. Just a tiny bit though, because it's FromSoft and I usually don't really I don't really care for FromSoft stuff. Like I've tried multiple times in the past of trying Dark Souls. I just get bored of it. I tried Sekiro. It bored me and also frustrated me, which I mean, yeah, sure. But it's just their games just don't really like appeal to me, but I do love the enemy designs. They're so creative and wild. That like toad thing in the Dustbloods like video, like it's crazy. It's like it's changed. It's so weird, but it's so interesting.
Dude, there was an enemy that was literally just a meal from the first Nier game. I lost my shit. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. You've seen Yoko Taro, right? Like the mask he wears.
Yes.
Yeah, it was literally just his mask. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. So this game is funny because a lot of people online were just saying that it was Bloodborne 2 and they were making fun of Sony and everything. And I'm about to I'm gonna put up my Sony shield right here really quick. I'm gonna defend PlayStation. I mean, look, it is similar to Bloodborne in that it has like blood in the title and it looks like it's about vampires. But like that's it. Like there's nothing else. If anything, dude, when I watched this trailer, I was like, this looks like This looks like reused assets from Elden Ring. Like just straight up. Like I don't
Some of it, yeah.
really. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I'm retarded or something. But like, dude, I was watching this. I was like, dude, this doesn't really look like Bloodborne. This looks like Elden Ring.
I'm not gonna lie with you, would definitely look like Bloodborne. Like it was mainly just like some of the character designs and then like they had like the whole cathedral building and the FromSoft way of like speaking and then
but they,
the sigils and all that.
but it looks like a different. Like it is obviously inspired by like London, but it's not like Victorian London. It's like Industrial Revolution London. Like it doesn't. It's a different vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. Also, one of the areas in the game kind of looks, I forgot what the place is called, but it's a train station in Italy. It was in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. It was in Golden Road. I forgot what it's called.
Okay, that was very random. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the game looks interesting.
Naples Station, my fault.
Maybe I have to watch the trailer again because I only watched it once and I was like, I don't see it. But I mean, it does look cool. There's that gif of the guy like flying or whatever. It looks really ridiculous. And then he like jumped super high. I was like, what the fuck is going on in this game? Are you like some vampire with superpowers?
Like,
yeah,
shoots a Tommy gun and stuff. That's what threw me off. I'm like, what? He's just shooting guns now? Okay.
And then the other thing that was interesting, like you said, it's like a multiplayer game. that made me even less interested. Like, I'm not a super FromSoft guy either. Like, I'm actually super duper over all of this like Dark
Stuff.
Souls
Soulsborne.
inspiration games. Like that shit is so corny at this point. I like Bloodborne. I like Elden Ring. Uh, I like Code Vein. Like I like some Soulsborne games. But like, dude, it's like every time an action game comes out. Oh, let me rest at my like almost
Let me
bonfire
show
thing.
how
It's
much of
like,
a gamer I am.
let me roll. Oh, it's like holy shit, bro. Like, can we just? I know there are a lot more action games coming out now, which is great. But man, we were in the mud for a while there, dude. Like it was like the same thing over and over again. I was so tired of it.
Yeah,
But it looks cool. I mean, it looks like a cool game. Will I buy it? Absolutely not. But it does look cool.
I might buy it.
Um,
I don't know.
dude. I mean, if you do, tell me how it is. But because I mean, it looks cool. It's just I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of over those right
Yeah,
now.
I got you. I got you.
At Kirby Air Riders, this was a funny reveal for me. I kind of laughed because like people were really excited about Sakurai working on a new game, and I saw some people saying, "Oh, dude, it's gonna be a new Smash," and I was like, "Dude, there's no way. Like, they're not gonna do Smash. I don't think this early."
No, I
And
don't
I
think it'll
think
be this
Sakurai's
early.
been off of Smash for a while now, so I imagine he was just doing something new. Honestly, I thought he was gonna do a new IP. My like hope and cope was that he was making a new Kid Icarus game, but
I was thinking he was going to do that too. Yeah, it was going to be Kid Icarus.
that would have been amazing. But it's Kirby Air Riders, which is cool. I've never played those Kirby. Well, actually, that's not true. I did actually play a Kirby Riders game before, but I don't have any real strong ties to it. I just thought it was funny because it was like, damn, dude, we're getting a new like Kirby game, but we're not getting a new F-Zero. Like, what's going on? And they
Yeah,
revealed
when you
this like
put
the
it like
same
that,
time
yeah.
that yeah, and they revealed this at the same time they revealed Mario Kart World, like another racing game. I mean, all right.
I never played Kirby Air Riders, but I mean, I love arcade racers. I love kart racers. I would love to see more kart racers because there is not enough of them in this world.
That's fair. Even though I don't think Kirby Air Riders is really a kart racer.
No, it's not. It's not from what I understand.
No, it's like a
It's,
weird battle racing thing.
I know they
It's
have
kind of
City
hard to
Trial.
describe.
I know how they have City Trial and people like always gas up City Trial the most. I don't really hear too many people talk too much about like the main racing mode.
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on the game. Um, but I mean, once again, it looks cool. I just am not super hyped for it. I wish Sakurai was doing something else. To be honest, I want Kid Icarus Uprising 2 so bad, dude. If they announce Kid Icarus Uprising Switch 2 edition with like better graphics and they keep the online, day one, day one, bro, day one, I would be there.
I wanted to play that game so bad because during like the 3DS era, like I've heard nothing but great things about it. But I'm left-handed, so I'm just like, I guess I gotta
Ah,
sit this one out. Yeah, I know.
that's so tragic.
It's so tragic because I'm like, man, this game does look like something I would like, but I'm left-handed, so I guess I just don't get to enjoy it. That's unfortunate.
Outside of Kirby, our last game was Donkey Kong Bonanza. What did you think?
Man, I'm not gonna I'm gonna try not to yap again, but it looks it looks fun. It first off, it definitely is being made by the developers of Mario Odyssey, so that's already a huge plus. Oh man, I don't know if you've seen the Treehouse gameplay, but if you look at it, you'll definitely tell. Absolutely. Um, and even though this game hasn't came out yet, I told you this in the Discord too, but uh, it feels to me that that game is going to be the Doom Dark Ages of like that type of style of like Mario, like 3D Mario, I guess you could say. Like Mario Odyssey feels like Doom Eternal with all of the movement options you can add and you're just moving around and stuff. And Doom the Dark Ages, so far from what I've seen and know, is very much boots to the ground. You're just a tank. You're just gonna be hitting everything, and it doesn't even matter if like you're just unstoppable. You feel like an unstoppable force, right? And Donkey Kong Bonanza kind of gives off a similar vibe. Your move set is a lot less limit is a lot smaller compared to what you could do in Mario Odyssey. You're not given like the triple jump, the Cappy like jumping off of his hat and then the roll and all this type of stuff. You're from what I've seen of the Treehouse gameplay, you just the face buttons, the ABXY, three of those is literally just punching. One is going up, one is going in front of you, and
Oh
one is
wow.
going down. Yeah. And the A button is just a jump. But it feels like that this game feels very much a kind of turn your brain off type of game, but I mean that in like the best way possible.
Oh,
Where it's
absolutely.
just where it's just you're just digging in, looking for like, bananas and other collectibles like the fossils and stuff. And okay, I don't want to go super hard into it because I'm about to start yapping again. But the game looks great.
Dude, I really love. There's two things that I really like about the game. First of all, I think the visual like design of it is super cool. I
Yes,
think
DK looks
I think
amazing.
the new like design for Donkey Kong, he is kind of cursed, but that's what's cool about him. Like he looks
He's
fucking
cursed
insane,
you.
dude. He looks crazy. Like his
I kind of
eyes,
like
like
it.
he looks. I like it too. That's what I'm saying. Like he looks like he's going fucking crazy while he's punching the world and destroying it. Like it's so crazy. And the other thing I was gonna say I like about it is like just the sheer amount of stuff. Like you just it looks like you can destroy everything in the game, which is
Yes.
so cool. Like destructibility is such an underutilized like thing that modern games could be doing. Like barely any games really do that anymore. Like it seemed like that was like something they were trying to push in PS3 era, and then like they hit a wall. And then when PS4, PS5 came out, they just dropped it all together. Like that is such a cool aspect of like the environmental design that you could that like more developers should be using, but they just aren't. And seeing that you can just break shit in this game looks super cool. It reminds me a lot of like Wario Land 4 because that was kind of a big thing with that game was like just destroying the environment to get through
Mm.
like shortcuts and stuff like that. Um to get to like your coins and gold or whatever. So I like that. I think that game looks really cool actually. I think like of all the Nintendo exclusive games, I think that was the game I was the most impressed by.
Mario Kart World is definitely mine, but this is a very close second. I'll say that. Which is not surprising because Mario Odyssey is like my favorite game of all time. So
Really, it is?
yes, my
I shouldn't
second
be
favorite is
surprised by
Returnal.
that actually. Huh?
My second favorite is Returnal.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That one I'm very. I knew you really liked that game, but I didn't know you liked it that much.
Oh yes, I absolutely love Returnal. If you heard, like, bro, whenever I was looking at the PlayStation Direct and I saw Saros get announced, bro, I was losing it.
Interesting. When I thought you were gonna say Death Stranding or something.
No, no, not Death Stranding, but that's I
Is
would
Death
that's
Stranding in your
that's
top five or top 10, even?
ah
Because I remember when you played that, like you loved that game. I thought that I was like, oh
yeah.
wow, this is like his favorite game or something.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I want to say top 10, but I don't know. That game just has I just have so much to say about it. Is that's the reason why I was talking about it. I just it was just very it was probably the one of the more unique games I've ever like played for
Yeah, it
sure.
is a very unique game for sure.
I haven't played any game like it since, honestly. Like I've the closest I can think of is like Mud Runner, I guess, or Snow Runner, which is a trucking game, but it has a very similar vibe to it.
The most important thing that we have to talk about. The
Oh man,
pricing.
oh bro, this is so bad. I got so much to say about this, but I'm not going to. I'm not gonna say too much.
It is first of all, I think the worst part about it is well, okay, not the worst part. Probably the one of the most disappointing things about it is just the lack of clarity and the lack of actual just like conversation Nintendo had. Like it's like they wanted their direct to be very happy, so they didn't announce the price on it.
Yeah,
And
oh yeah,
like
definitely.
everyone had to go online and talk to people, and there was like a bunch of misinformation, and people were very confused. And it's like, okay, first off, the console itself is like $500, right? In
450.
America. Yeah.
It might be
Um,
500 soon.
yeah. And that's a lot, especially considering our, the time in America. The economy is like weird.
Going to
It's
get
like we're
worse
it's like we're in a
potentially.
recession, but we're not. Huh?
Going to get worse potentially.
Yes. Yeah. Potentially. So it's just very expensive. And then the games also like they went and did it like they made Mario Kart $80, right?
Yes.
Or no, was it 80 or 90? Was the digital
No,
version like
no, it's 80, but people mistakenly thought that the physical version was going to be 90, but that was the European pricing, and it's not the same as the
okay.
US pricing.
So there's no difference between physical and digital.
No, they're
Okay.
all going to be 80. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Mario Kart is $80. We'll get back to that. And then Donkey Kong is 70. So they're going to be doing a price scale thing, which everybody is nowadays. That makes sense to me. I don't really have a problem with that. But I cannot, dude. I just I can't possibly fathom spending more money on Mario Kart than I would that Donkey Kong game. Like I just can't. Like this is just like a personal thing for me, and I'm probably gonna sound like a hater. I do like Nintendo. I do like their consoles. I do like their games, but they don't really appeal to me in the same way that like a lot of other games do. So I'm not surprised Nintendo was the one to increase the pricing because realistically they're one of the few developers that can just totally get away with it. I'm surprised there's a lot of people actually hating on it. I thought more people would be accepting, to be honest. But it just sucks. I just cannot imagine. I can barely imagine paying $70 for a Nintendo game, let alone $80, dude. For Mario Kart, like that's fucking crazy, dude. And then the console is $450. Like, oh, and it's $100 less than in Japan, which people are freaking out about. Which I guess we can talk about that as well. But I don't really think that's that big of a deal. But yeah, the pricing on this it just blows. And then it's
It
like
does.
then you've got to buy the Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive micro SD card. And then it's a Switch, so you're probably going to want to get some of the accessories like the Pro controller or whatever. And then you got to pay for Switch Online. Like they're kind of asking a lot like right out the gate.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's too much.
Um. Yeah. So what I am noticing for this specifically, which I mean, I agree with everything you said for sure, absolutely. But I don't think that's gonna stop. If the price doesn't change, at least I don't think it's really gonna stop me from getting Mario Kart World because that game looks really good, and I just I have the money for it, so. uh,
Right, yeah.
but it's interesting because it feels like Nintendo is kind of having a tiered system for how they're having their games. Like it feels like their bigger releases are going to end up getting like the premium high tier of like $80, and their regular release is going to be like their standard is going to be 70, their premium stuff is going to be like 80, and like maybe they're smaller. I'm not really sure how this is going to like work. Type of releases are going to be like maybe potentially like between 60 to 40, kind of like what happened with Metroid Prime Remastered and stuff.
Mhm.
So it feels like that's what Nintendo's kind of trying to like do, just have these tiered systems. I don't like it, especially with the fact that Nintendo games just never go on sale, and if it does go on sale, it's like only $20
Exactly.
off.
Exactly.
So I don't like it, but I really hope that it's only their major releases. Like Mario Kart World is obviously going to be a major release. The next 3D Zelda game, it wouldn't surprise me if that was like $80. And like potentially the next Animal Crossing game, it wouldn't surprise me if that was like $80 because those are like huge releases for them. So, but I agree.
Dog, that's just so crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's just I can't imagine paying $80 for fucking Animal Crossing.
yeah.
Like that's so crazy.
But the
That's
thing
so
is though,
wild.
yeah, like but the thing is though, like those are games people are absolutely gonna buy. They're evergreen titles. Like they're always
It's
gonna
true.
sell. Like that's the reason why they're definitely gonna get away with like selling Mario Kart World for like $80 because that game just doesn't stop selling. People still buy it. They're
Yeah.
probably people are
Yeah,
still
that's
gonna
very
be
true.
buying like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe after the Switch has been out for like probably 2 years. I guarantee you, probably. So those are just like
I
titles that just keep selling. Same thing with like the 3D Zelda games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I think like my biggest issue with all this, I mean, the game prices suck. And it really obviously one of the biggest stories about all this is that I mean, someone did it. It's been talked about for years now. The ballooning cost of game development
Hmm.
and how I mean, economically it makes sense. Like video games have escaped raising prices for a very, very, very long time. Like
Yes.
it economically, I get it. And especially since it costs so much to make them and the profit margins are going down, etc. But it's just now that they've done it, now everybody's gonna do it.
Yeah.
People are making the comparison with GTA. I wouldn't be surprised if GTA decided to charge 80. But
Potentially
like
100.
I don't see that happening. I mean, maybe, but I don't see that happening. I mean, dude, people they've asked Strauss Zell, whatever his name, the Strauss, the guy who's the CEO of Take Two. He said multiple times like, no, we're not really gonna charge $100 for this game. We don't really need to do that, and he's right, dude. They could charge $60 for GTA 6. They won't. It'll probably be 70. I think it'll be 70.
I think it'd be
But they
sick.
could charge $60 for GTA 6, and that game would it. I mean, you would never find it in GameStop ever. Like
Yeah.
that
It doesn't
that
matter.
game will sell no matter what they charge for that game. It's going to be huge.
Hmm.
So I think they could. I think charging it for 70, which I mean, this sentence is crazy, but charging $70 for GTA 6 would probably actually just straight up be a marketing beat. Like, yo, Nintendo is selling Mario Kart for $80. GTA 6, the biggest video game launch of all time, 70. Like
Yeah.
that's like a mic drop for some people. Like they'd be like, "Oh, hell yes, bro."
Yeah.
They would totally eat it up. And I don't I just fear that this is going to become like a thing where it's like Ubisoft is. I'm playing AC Shadows right now. I'm gonna make a video about it, but it's like I could see Assassin's Creed Hexa, which I believe is supposed to be the next one, being $80. It's like there in no universe is for the foreseeable future in no universe do I ever see a Assassin's Creed game being worth $80, bro. That's just not happening. Those games are too mid at this point to cost that, but they're going to
Too
do it.
mid.
Like they're probably going to do it. Like Far Cry 7, I think is what they would be on now. $80. It's like, bro, come on, it's just fucking crazy. Like there's just no way. But it's probably gonna happen. And also, I gotta say, like, the Switch 2 being the power of a PS4 Pro and charging $450, that is crazy to me. Like, that is very old tech. And I know probably a lot of the cost is really coming from the Joy-Cons, but I don't think that is really all that impressive. Dude, the maybe I might sound like a shill or something, but I think the PS5 controller, the DualSense, is like way cooler than the Joy-Cons.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I can agree with that at least for sure.
yeah, that I think that is overpriced too. It's like $80, I think, for those things.
Or the DualSense.
Yeah, or are they 70? I think they tend to be like whatever the cost of games are at the time. I think they're 70. Even if they're 80, I mean that's too much damn money for a controller. But I think that makes more sense to me than the fucking Joy-Cons, dude. Especially since realistically, not going to use most of those features anyway. Like, just be real. Like,
Yeah.
not going to be using like the mouse mode probably. Or
I can see myself using mouse mode.
yeah, or the HD rumble or whatever. Like, I don't know.
I hope it's better.
I
really hope it's better.
I hope so too. I hope it's on the quality of the DualSense, because HD rumble was a cool idea that never really went anywhere to me. But yeah, anyway, basically a PS4 Pro in modern day for $450. That's just way overpriced in my opinion. Like, I don't know. I was actually really looking forward to this, because I expected it to be around a PS4 Pro, but I expected more from the console. I just thought that they would be more innovative and interesting. Like, that's Nintendo's whole bag. It's like, yeah, we use old tech for the console itself, but we come up with some sort of a unique gimmick that makes our, it may not look as good as whatever like current gen on PlayStation or Xbox is, but we have something truly unique that makes it worth it. And I don't really see that with the Switch 2. The coolest thing about the Switch 2 is the mouse mode, and like I just said, I don't really even see myself utilizing that very much. Their biggest selling point seemed to have been the bootleg Discord, but like everybody's had that for ages, so it's just kind of, they made a whole button for that. Like, that's just,
yeah. Having a whole button for it is kind of crazy though.
Yeah, like people
So
were
hoping
theorizing
for
what that C button was forever, and it's just Discord.
Yeah, I was, man, and even then it's like locked behind the paywall, so it's like you gotta
Yes,
have
that was the other
NSO.
thing. That's so crazy, bro. You've got to have Nintendo Online so you can talk on Discord. Like, what the fuck? That's so wild. And then there's no trophies or achievement like equivalent on this either, which is such a bummer.
Yeah.
And this may be just me. I may be wrong about this, but there was a part of the trailer where they were going over like the specs, where they were talking about how you can change it to 4K or whatever, and the UI for the Switch 2 looked exactly the same as the Nintendo Switch, which is another bummer, bro. I hate the Switch UI so much.
I hate it too, man.
It's so lame, and that's not really that important, but it is just
It's
kind of my
important. Yes,
general.
bro, it's so important. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
look, it is, but I know somebody. I mean, it's not like I have a crazy amount of views, but like I know that somebody would probably hear that and say like, "Oh, who cares?" But it's like it's the presentation of your console, and it also is like it also shows that you're doing something new. And like the
Yeah.
Switch 2 doesn't feel new at all. It feels like
The Switch, but better. I don't blame you. Yeah, for sure. I was reading the developer like ask Q&A thing that Nintendo puts out for specifically the Switch 2, and that's kind of just their whole MO for this console specifically. They just wanted to be a better Switch, and that's what people wanted too. So that's kind of what they got.
right. I mean, yeah, ultimately like the things I'm saying, it doesn't matter that much. It makes business sense for them to just do the same thing again, because the Switch was so huge. I get it, I do it. It's just I don't know. Like
I get you though. Like there's no
like
uniqueness. There's no wow factor. There's no like huge like, oh my god, it's the Wii. I move my body. That's the whole
right.
thing. Yeah, I get you.
I don't know. I'm just feeling so like, damn, dude. Like I wanted to be more excited about this, but the pricing was that really is the killer, man.
And it
Because
potentially might be
I
worse.
remember when
And it potentially might be worse.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that. We don't have to get into that, but yeah, that's very true. I remember, dude, when I got the Switch, I just like, it was not like really a crazy purchase. Like it was like, I think it was like $300 or something like that. Like,
yeah, it's 300. It's still 300.
yeah, it was not really that big of a purchase at all. And I was like, yeah, I can play this, walk around campus, have some fun or whatever. But now it's like, woof, yeah. That's like a whole, bro, I could buy a new TV with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
I'm excited for Switch 2. And whenever I got my Switch, I was very happy because I was very excited. I wanted to Switch for so long. I wanted to
Yeah,
Switch for
me
so
too,
long. So I'm
dude. I
and the price, like, I was expecting 400, 450. It's not going to break the bank for me.
really.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be 400. Like, there's no way they were going to like have it be the same price as the regular Switch, and there's no way they're going to only upgrade it to like by $50. Like, I fully expected it to be like 400 or four. I was expecting it to float between 400 and 500. I thought 500 was going to be pushing it. So, and I was not surprised when I saw it was 450. Not surprised at all. I was very
Yeah,
surprised
I
by
mean
Mario Kart
maybe.
World being 80 though.
Yeah, the game for sure. Yeah, the video game one was for sure surprising. I mean, maybe I was in Dreamland or something, dude. Because I for some stupid reason I thought it was gonna be like 350, maybe four. Like I thought
Also,
four was pushing it.
oh, yeah, I definitely expected it to be 400. But also, I'm surprised they didn't. I thought they were going to like announce maybe an NSO price increase. They didn't announce it, at least in the direct. But I'm still shocked that that is still like the current price. There is no way they're going to keep the NSO price the way it is for Switch 2. I can't believe that. I fully expect that to increase in price, unfortunately. Because that's
Really?
just I don't believe it. That's $20 is crazy good. Or sorry, the expansion pass with all of what it offers really for 50 compared to like PlayStation Plus. I mean, PlayStation Plus is on a tier system, but like Essential, which is basically the bare
so
basics, like
so is Nintendo though. Don't they have two tiers? There's the
y-
one that's kind of the more basic one, and then
yeah,
there's the one that has like GameCube
yeah,
and
yeah,
64.
yeah. But the thing is, like, the basic tier is $20. The basic tier for PlayStation is $60, and that's just
Oh
like,
well.
yeah. You see what I'm saying? And it, but
Well,
for
I
the
mean,
and for the expansion, that's 60, but you get like a bunch of like bonuses. Like you get Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, GameCube, some of the DLC for like Mario Kart and Animal Crossing and Splatoon 2, and like
it's
it's
true.
just and then of course like the little the kind of like stuff that isn't really related to Switch, but like it is kind of part of NSO, which is like Nintendo Music and stuff like that. Like they're adding value to it, and I don't know. Like I get it. I understand why people don't like NSO. I truly do. But like you can't really ignore like they did add value to it, and they're going to continue to add value to it as time goes on. It's slow, but they are doing it, and I fully expect that the Wii, because what I thought was going to happen was that they were going to be like PlayStation Plus and have like three tiers, but that didn't happen. They just added GameCube expansion. I think that's really sick. I'm going to stop because I know I'm going to continue yapping, but yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I do agree with you. I think PS Plus is way overpriced. At least like the basic tier. Well, no, they all are really. But
Oh, sorry, my fault.
I
I forgot. It's not $60 no more. It's actually 80.
yeah. It's insane. It's fucking crazy. But I do think PS Plus is way overpriced. But I also think that like Nintendo is realistic about their offering. I think that's probably why it's so cheap. Is they know that like it's not. I'm not gonna say it's not worth, but me personally, I feel like when it really got good was when they added like Super Nintendo and then 64 later on was when it was like, okay, yeah, now this is really worth. And I think you're probably right. I could see them doing another tier and then adding the Wii and Wii U to that. Uh,
I don't know
but
about Wii U. That's gonna be kind of weird.
uh,
I don't know how
I
that'll
they
work.
would probably have to remake those games, huh? That's true. Because you can't really do a Wii U game on the Switch unless they make like a
And then
some sort of an adapter thing.
all of the best Wii U titles were ported to Switch anyways. Even
That
Xenoblade
is
X.
true.
Even Xenoblade X. That was like the last one
Yeah.
that was like stuck on Wii U. Now basically all the biggest games on Wii U are on Switch,
I
which
don't
is
know,
why
bro.
the
We
Switch
don't
is
got that
doing.
Star Fox game.
Man, I don't want to talk about the Star Fox game.
Well, Good talking to you and everything. Switch, you were way more high on it than I am, which I'm glad. I didn't want to sound. I hope I wasn't too much of a bummer in this video.
No.
But I was just very disappointed by certain things.
No, I mean, I fully like. Yeah, I understand some of like your disappointments for sure.
Yeah, I will probably get a Switch 2 at some point. I just probably won't be I just need like a. There needs to be like a next like big me type game. Like if they do like a new Fire Emblem that looks really cool, because Fire Emblem Engage. I mean, I'm still playing Fire Emblem Engage, but holy shit, that game is like not. It's alright. It's. I thought Three Houses had problems. This game, oof. But like if they did like a new Fire Emblem that was super duper cool, if they did a Kid Icarus, a new Luigi's Mansion, perhaps.
That's definitely
Then I would maybe. Dude, that would be hype. That would be awesome.
I can see Luigi's
Then I would
Mansion.
probably be. Go ahead.
I can see Luigi's Mansion being $80. By the way.
Oh yeah, I mean that's. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because as far as I know, Luigi's Mansion has never been like a huge seller.
No,
So
Luigi's Mansion 3 sold really well. It sold like 15.
Really?
Million. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's such a low key like hit though. Like, but that game sold a lot of copies.
Wow, I'm very surprised by that. That's awesome. I love Luigi's Mansion. Anyway, yeah, a Luigi's Mansion, something like that, Fire Emblem, or maybe Smash. I mean, definitely Smash. Like when Smash is inevitably announced, like that'll just get me. I can't help myself. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night. I know I will.